While it's fun to talk about the more badass ships in the MCRN fleet, like the Orion and Donnager class ships, the reality is that there are many ships in the background that go unnoticed, and such support ships are vital for the MCRN to carry out its operations. One notable ship class that meets this definition is the D-class fleet support ship. Primarily acting as a supply ship, the D-class fleet support ship regularly carries out supply runs for the Martian Congressional Republic. Before the opening of the ring gates, ships of this class were vital for the transportation of resources and equipment for the Mars terraforming project. However, in times of war, the D-class is frequently used to supply MCRN military vessels. Starting off with the basics, the D-class measures 109 meters in length, making it larger than the MCRN's destroyers, frigates, and light cruisers, yet smaller than the assault cruisers and battleships. The ship is propelled by two Epstein drive assemblies that are situated at the back of the vessel and can burn steadily at 1/3 G and faster. Armament-wise, the D-class is surprisingly well armed. Looking at this shot of a weapons display screen, we can see that it has 8-point defense cannons that fire Teflon-coated tungsten rounds spread across its hull, as well as a complement of 20 torpedoes. The number of torpedo launchers it's equipped with is unknown, however we can assume it's one launcher per 10 torpedoes, not unlike the setup on the Corvette-class light frigate. Finally, this is the CIC of the ship class. Similar to most MCRN ships, we see the signature lights as well as these handle-looking things on the side of the walls, as well as this center console that can display a wide variety of data, and also interact with the holographic emitters in the CIC. This shot here makes me wonder if the device above Admiral Sauveterre's head is actually the emitter itself. Now, let's move on to the history of this ship class. The only D-class ship we have ever seen is the MCRN Barkeith. It's first name dropped in this scene when Alex asks Lieutenant Babbage what ship she is heading out on for a supply run. Later on, Alex and Bobby in the Screaming Firehawk covertly follow the Barkeith as it leaves Mars. While looking like it was on a routine supply run at first, the Barkeith and its escorts eventually shut off their transponders and diverted to the Hungaria group, which was a collection of asteroids. As said by Alex, if you were to park your ships right up against an asteroid here, it could potentially be a very good hiding spot for a covert meeting since you would disappear from most scopes. Once arriving, we see the rogue Martian fleet meeting up with a few Belter ships. Whilst their objective was slightly unclear at first, Bobby soon realizes that the escort ships were actually what was being traded with the Belters. After the meeting was concluded, the Barkeith sets off on a hard burn away from the sun. The next time we see the Barkeith was in the Season 5 finale when it and the rest of the rogue Martian fleet helped the Free Navy in the battle against the three inner ships that were defending the Soul Gate. With relative ease, the rogue Martians and the Free Navy overwhelmed them with torpedoes, taking all three ships out and proceeding to the ring space. We then get this nice shot of it burning past Medina Station and proceeding to the Laconia ring. Upon getting clearance to transit the ring, the Barkeith slowly burns towards Laconia. However, in an unexpected turn of events, the Barkeith is mysteriously lost in transit. As seen in this interior shot, the ship slowly gets eaten by the ring entities until the drives cut out and the ship is no more. In Season 6, Holden and Naomi, as well as some others, look into this mysterious event and try to make sense of it. While still not knowing much about the entities themselves, Naomi figures out that the ring gates have an energy threshold, and once traffic through a ring exceeds a certain amount, it wakes up the entities for a short while. This information was later key to defeating Marco Inaros, so we can say that the loss of the Barkeith and its crew was not all for nothing. Lastly, I want to bring up these D-class concept art I was able to get my hands on. There are 4 known concepts for this class. As you can see, they are mostly centered around the idea of a very bulky shape in order to facilitate large cargo holds, as well as 4 Epstein drives at the back of the ship to break its enormous mass and flight maneuvers. I'd also like to point out that the back end of most of these ships looks slightly similar to that of the Pella, which was introduced in the same season. I honestly love all of these concepts, and I wouldn't have minded if any of them had been the one that made it to the screen instead. Thank you for watching my breakdown on the D-class fleet support ship of the MCRN. If you would like to see more Expanse videos and non-Expanse videos alike, please click the subscribe button so you never miss a new upload. Feel free to check out my previous videos on the Expanse as well. I'd also like to mention that I've put a link in my description that leads to a petition to get the Expanse Season 5 and Season 6 soundtrack released. If you have some time to spare, please consider signing.